dear students, myself Gangadhar Solanke, and I welcome you all to the MC James virtual classroom. My dear students, today in Standard 9th History, we'll be learning the topic Changing Life. There are two chapters of the same heading, Changing Life 1 and Changing Life 2. Now, in the first part of this chapter, we are going to learn about development in the different fields or the things which changed our life totally. So the basic of these two lessons is to learn about the things which changed human life in the field of medical or in the field of cultural development, or because of the government policies or because of the different things happened after independence. So the first thing in this chapter, now in this we have studied the period from the year 1961 to 2000 and the speed of change in the 20th century and the 21st centuries has been tremendous. The word tremendous is used here, which means it is on large scale or in the different fields continuously development is there, or the changes are there which changed human life rapidly, and things which we could not even imagined earlier are now a part of reality. For example, mobile phone, or for example television, or for example many things which we are enjoying as a part of our life. For example, cars and the aeroplane. These things were the things without which we can't imagine our day-to-day life. But in ancient and medieval periods, religion was an important part of a person's identity. If we people think about the ancient and medieval periods, then religion was an important part of person's identity. But because of modernization, or now modernization has posed some challenges before all religions, be it Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Sikhism, Jainism, Buddhism, or Zoroastrianism or Judaism. All these are the religions, and modernization has posed some challenges before all religions, because people are now thinking other than the things which were in practices in ancient and in medieval period. So today, due to modernization in each and every field, thoughts are also modernized, and in this Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar brought about a sea change. Now here again this word is very important, sea change, मतलब जिसकी कल्पना नहीं की जा सकती, इमेजिनेशन, बियॉन्ड इमेजिनेशन चेंज जो है, बहुत बड़ा चेंज जो है वो डॉक्टर बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर ने इसने लाया. He brought it about through the medium of the Indian Constitution. If you people go through the history of India before independence, then one can understand the reality of the society or the circumstances and the conditions of the different religions and of different castes. But Constitution changed all these things, and now equality, fraternity, freedom are the values which are very important in our society. According to our Constitution, all Indians are equal before the law and they cannot be discriminated against on the basis of religion, race, caste, gender or place of birth. Now you people already studied in detail about this in the 7th standard civics, about the Constitution and how Constitution changed the Indian society. So the basic thing which Constitution did for the Indian society is that Constitution, और according to our constitution all Indians are equal. ऐसे पहले नहीं हुआ करता था, डिस्क्रिमिनेशन था on the basis of caste, on the basis of religion, on the basis of poor and rich, on the basis of the birthplace, on the basis of the gender, male and female. But now everyone is equal. There is no any kind or type of discrimination. All citizens have the right to freedom of speech and expression, freedom to assemble peacefully without arms, freedom to form associations, freedom to move, to live and settle down anywhere on Indian territory, and to practice any occupation. So Indian citizens living anywhere in India enjoy the right to nurture their language, script and culture. So these things today we are having as our right, and these rights are mentioned in the constitution, and because of that we are enjoying our rights, and because of all these rights our life is comfort now as compared to the people who were there in the pre-independence period. On the screen you can see the features of our constitution: supremacy of the constitution, division of power between the union, that is in central government and state government, the existence of an independent judiciary in the Indian constitution. You people already learnt about this also in the civics of 8th standard. Then the features: single citizenship, single constitution, power of union override on the state matters. During emergency the system became virtually unitary. Changes in the names and boundaries of the states by the parliament. Integrated judiciary system. Center appoints the government or the governors. Dependence of states on the center for economic assistance and grants. Now here main characters of Constitution of India: longest written constitution, partly rigid and partly flexible, democratic republic, parliamentary system of government, federation, fundamental rights. Just now we talked about all these rights. जब हम fundamental rights की बात करते हैं तो freedom of speech and expression, it is very important fundamental right given to us as a citizen of India. ये नहीं देखा जाता है कि आप कौन सी कास्ट के हैं, कौन सी रिलीजन के हैं, आप गरीब है या अमीर है, आप औरत है या फिर मैन है, ये सब नहीं देखा जाता. You have freedom of speech and expression. Then freedom to assemble peacefully without arms, freedom to form associations, and very important, practice any occupation. ऐसे नहीं था पहले. आपके मम्मी पापा जो जॉब करते थे, जो काम करते थे, वही काम चलते आता था जनरेशन्स टू जनरेशन, वही करना पड़ता था. दो यू आर हैविंग अदर स्किल्स और कैपेबिलिटी, बट नाउ ड्यू टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन there is the freedom of choosing your own occupation or your interest in any particular field. Fundamental rights: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, cultural and educational rights, right to freedom of religion, and right to constitutional remedies. So these provisions in the constitution shook the foundation of the caste system, which was the very important thing, or we can say it was the obstacle in the development of our country. It helped to make the practice of occasions running in the family obsolete. Change became the trend in every field of life. And to understand this, on the screen you can see the preamble. All the things which are in our constitution are given in the constitution, preamble of the constitution, that is justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. All these things today we are having or enjoying as a fundamental rights. Now how constitution changed our life, you can see by this para. During the British era there were 4 kinds of compartments in the railway train, including the first class, second class, inter and third class. Nominal facilities for the passengers traveling by third class and the negative attitude towards them was almost a symbol of the Indian social hierarchy, which was based on the caste system. In the 1978 railway budget, Madhu Dandavate, railway budget minister Madhu Dandavate, on the screen you can see, put an end to this third class, and later 2 trains were started which had no class divisions, namely Sinhagad Express on the Pune-Mumbai route and Gitanjali Express on the Mumbai-Kolkata route. This was just an एग्जाम्पल. लेकिन ऐसी बहुत सारी चीज़ें जो प्रैक्टिस में थी हमारी सोसाइटी में, जिसमें हर जगह पे हमें कास्टिज्म दिखाई देता था. तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की वजह से एंड बिकॉज ऑफ द वर्क ऑफ मेनी social reformers, now there is equality in our society. There is no discrimination on the basis of religion, race, caste, gender or place of birth. And one more important thing which we are having today because of our constitution, that one can go anywhere in the country. पूरे देश में कोई भी कहीं भी जा सकता है. Thus began a series of minor and major changes. छोटे भी और बहुत बड़े भी चेंजेस हुए. अब इसमें भी दो चीज़ें हैं. कोई बहुत ही माइनर चेंज हमें लग सकता है, बट किसी के लिए वो बहुत बड़ा मेजर चेंज हो सकता है. फॉर एग्जांपल राइट टू एजुकेशन, जो पहले नहीं था अधिकार, अब जिन लोगों को नहीं था उनको मिल रहा है, तो उनके लिए वो बहुत बड़ी बात है. सो नाउ anyone can go into a restaurant irrespective of his religion, race, caste or gender. Just think about this sentence. Now anyone can go into a restaurant. मतलब हमारे देश में कभी ऐसी सिचुएशन थी कि कोई भी रेस्टोरेंट में नहीं जा सकता था. कुछ स्पेशल कास्ट के लोग ही रेस्टोरेंट में जा सकते थे. बट नाउ anyone can go into a restaurant irrespective of his religion, race, caste or gender. And in fact we see boards outside the restaurants welcoming all. So this was nothing but the change in our society, and this is how we are changing, our society is changing, and this is what is good thing for all the people of our country. Another very significant change during the post independence period is that right to express opinions against the government. Right to express opinions against the government. Now before independence बहुत सारे प्रोविंसेस थे और कॉमन लोग अपना आवाज़ नहीं उठा सकते थे, गवर्नमेंट के अपोज में बात नहीं कर सकते थे, उनके पॉलिसीज़ को राइट या रॉन्ग नहीं बता सकते थे. बट नाउ we are having that right. Earlier there were limits on expressing any opinion against political rulers, but now Indian citizens can register their protest against the policies of the government through newspapers, speeches or other media. And today we are having social media also, like Facebook and WhatsApp, Twitter and many more things are there. So one can put his thought about any particular scheme of the government or about any particular leader of the government or about any particular issue of the society. So this one is very important thing, and this thing actually changed our life and strengthened our democracy. Next point, family, the institution of the family. During the pre-independence period, the institution of the family was an important identifying feature of Indian society. If we go for the definition of the family, then it is on the screen. Group of people who are related by marriage, blood or adoption, and who often live together and share economic resources, then all these people are in a family. So the family is the most universal social institution, but what constitutes a family varies across cultures. It depends. इंडिया में अलग फैमिली स्ट्रक्चर है, फिर यूरोपियन कंट्रीज़ में अगर हम देखेंगे तो देयर आल्सो डिफरेंट फैमिली स्ट्रक्चर और द norms of the family are there, rules of the family are there. But in India, families are there, big families are there. India was known all over the world as the country of joint families. However, the wave of globalization has now given an impetus to the system of nuclear families. So the family is the most basic of all institutions. जो भी कुछ social शुरू होता है वो फैमिली से ही शुरू होता है. इट सर्व्स द पर्सन्स नीड to belong and to receive and give love. Satisfies the need for care and socialization. Cornerstone for individuals to function in society. More than 90% of all people prefer to live within a family unit, because family is our need for many things, for economy, for safety we can say, or we need love, and as a human being is a social animal, we need to be in family to get socialized with other. On the screen now you can see joint families, but because of the globalization, people are continuously migrating from one place to another place in search of job, in search of employment, and because of all these things now families became nuclear, मतलब मम्मी पापा और उनके बच्चे ऐसे हो रहा है. बट पहले की अगर हम बात करेंगे तो अभी भी बहुत सारे रूरल एरियाज़ में हमें ये फैमिलीज़ देखने को मिलती है, जॉइंट फैमिलीज, जहाँ पर बहुत सारे लोग एक ही फैमिली के एक साथ रहते हैं. बट अभी जॉब के लिए लोग एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जा रहे हैं, फिर वहाँ से वहाँ, फिर दो भाई अगर है तो वो दो जगहों पे जॉब करते तो उनकी फैमिलीज़ अलग अलग हो गई. सो ऑल दिस थिंग्स changed the family also. Next point, social welfare. The objective to establish the welfare state has been incorporated in the constitution itself, and India is the first country in the world to do so, and we should proud about this, that our constitution takes special care of the social welfare of the society. The social welfare programs aim to make opportunities for full-time employment, healthcare, education, and development available to all Indian citizens, not for any particular group or not for any particular caste or not for any particular religion, but for all Indian citizens. Our constitution aim to make opportunities for full-time employment, जो कि बहुत ज़रूरी है, then healthcare and education, which will increase the standard of living, and once the standard of living of the citizens increased, then obviously जो देश का standard of living है या फिर economy है वो बढ़ जाती है. Indian society is riddled with large-scale economic, social, educational and cultural inequalities. It is necessary that opportunities for development reach women, children, the differently abled, the scheduled castes and tribes, as well as other minorities. So this was the greatest challenge facing the government during the post-independence period. Basically, we can say that all these things were nothing but the obstacles or the speed breakers in the development of our country, and it was very important to think about each and every part of the society without discrimination on the basis of caste or the birthplace or any other thing. So on 14 June 1964, the government of India constituted the Ministry of Social Welfare. Under this ministry, various programs are implemented for nutrition and child development, social security and social protection, women's welfare and development. A similar arrangement exists at the state level too. So not only at the central level, जैसे Ministry of Social Welfare बन गई, but in each and every state फिर Ministry of Social Welfare है स्टेट की, जिन्होंने वहाँ के स्टेट के लिए काम किया, और सेंट्रल ने तो पूरे स्टेट के लिए काम किया ही किया. बट द इश्यूज़ विच वर देयर इन द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ सोशल वेलफेयर लाइक न्यूट्रिशन, अंडर न्यूट्रिशन या माल न्यूट्रिशन जो है, चाइल्ड डेवलपमेंट की तरफ ध्यान दिया गया, उसके लिए बहुत सारी स्कीम्स या प्लान्स बनाए गए, उनको इम्प्लीमेंट किया गया. देन द नेक्स्ट वन, शेड्यूल्ड castes and tribes. According to the 1971 census, 22% people in India belong to scheduled castes and tribes. laws were enacted so that they got educational scholarships and representation in parliament as well as state assemblies. Now, why all these things? To bring them into the flow, we can say, or to bring them with the society. Some seats are also reserved for them in government services, क्योंकि शेड्यूल कास्ट और ट्राइब्स के लोग बहुत सालों से एजुकेशन ना होने की वजह से और गाँव से या शहरों से थोड़ा दूर रहने की वजह से उन्हें बाकी सारी फैसिलिटीज़ नहीं मिलती थी और उनका रोल जब तक बढ़ेगा नहीं तब तक उनकी डेवलपमेंट नहीं होगी और फिर एक हिस्सा जो है देश का वो अंडर डेवलप्ड अगर रह गया तो पूरी इकोनॉमी या फिर पूरा कल्चर जो है वो डेवलप नहीं होगा. एंड दैट्स व्हाई लॉज वर इनेक्टेड so that they got educational scholarships and representation in parliament as well as state assemblies, and for this seats are also reserved. Next one now, public health. The Constitution of India states that the primary duty of the government is to raise the people's standard of living and to ensure proper nutrition and to improve public health. Now today the whole world is facing the problem of COVID-19, and in this situation we people learned a lesson that one should not ignore the importance of health or the facilities which should be available for the people of the country or the citizen of the country in any area of the world or in any country of the world or in any region of our country. So public health, which is very important, the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare at the center helps the state governments in this regard and to make primary health services as well as medical care available to rural people, the tribals and the poor was an objective of the 6th 5-year plan. because ये सारे लोग अपनी गांव से या फिर अपने एरिया से शहरों में मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट लेने के लिए नहीं जा सकते थे, मेडिकल केयर लेने के लिए नहीं जा सकते थे. सो इट वाज देयर इन द 6th 5-year plan. Efforts were made towards helping people maintain good health by giving recognition to Unani, homeopathy, Ayurveda, naturopathy in addition to allopathy. So not only allopathy but one can go for Unani, homeopathy, Ayurveda and naturopathy. Nowadays we people are continuously hearing about this or reading about this कि कोरोना में ये थेरेपी काम कर रही है, ये थेरेपी पर्टिकुलरली काम कर रही है, ये करो, ये ना करो, ये करना है, ये नहीं करना है. तो ये सारी चीज़ें रिलेटेड विद द पब्लिक हेल्थ है और इसी वजह से हमें आज इतना इम्पोर्टेंस मेडिकल फील्ड का पता चला है कि हमारी हेल्थ अच्छी रखने के लिए मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज़ होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. Progress in the medical field has made the life of Indians relatively free health concerns. In 1962, the first successful open heart surgery was performed under the leadership of Dr. N. Gopinath at Christian Medical College Hospital at Vellore in Tamil Nadu. So it was in 1962 हार्ट सर्जरी. तो उसके पहले हार्ट पेशेंट जितने भी होते थे उन्हें ये फैसिलिटी नहीं मिलती थी या फिर सर्जरी नहीं मिलती थी तो उनकी डेथ हो जाती थी. बट दिस was happened in 1962 because of which today number of surgery facilities are there in the not only in urban areas but in rural areas also. Doctors are continuously working in this field. So it is no longer necessary to go abroad for such treatment. At least you have to move from rural to urban. और गांव के आजू बाजू में एक थोड़ा सा शहर जैसा शहर बना हुआ है या फिर गांव है, वहाँ पर भी बहुत जगहों पर ऐसी फैसिलिटीज़ मिल रही है. Now not only this but similarly in the invention of the Jaipur foot has transformed the lives of the disabled in India. Before 1968, if a person lost a leg in an accident, he had to suffer for the rest of his life. Just think about this. 1968 के पहले अगर किसी का पैर एक्सीडेंट में चला जाता है तो पूरी ज़िंदगी भर उसे वैसे ही रहना पड़ता था. इन ऑर्डर टू रेमेडी द सिचुएशन, Dr. Pramod Sethi designed and manufactured artificial limbs, noses and ears with the help of the skilled craftsman Ramchandra Sharma. So these two people worked in this field, and because of which number of patients today living their life with comfort, with ease. On the screen you can see these artificial things. The artificial body parts manufactured with the help of Jaipur foot technology have made it easy for the differently able to walk barefoot on rough surfaces, run, go cycling, work in the fields, climb trees and even climb mountains. On the screen you can see, climb the Mount Everest with an artificial leg. Then the player playing badminton with artificial leg. So they save on the expenses on shoes, as there is no need for footwear on these artificial limbs. They can bend their legs at the knees and sit crossed-legged. These feet are also convenient while working in water or wet conditions. So just imagine, because of this development in the field of medical, कितने लोगों की लाइफ पूरी तरह से चेंज हो गई. They are living their life with ease, with comfort and without anyone's help, we can say. That kidney transplant, since this surgery can now be performed in India, doctors have succeeded in saving patients' lives. Such surgeries were not so common in India till 1971. 1971 तक ये सर्जरीज हमारे देश में उतनी कॉमन नहीं थी जितनी आज है. नंबर ऑफ किडनी पेशेंट्स आर देयर एंड नंबर ऑफ किडनी ट्रांसप्लांट ऑपरेशंस आर देयर नाउ एवरीवेयर इन द कंट्री. हमारे आजू बाजू में भी बहुत बार ऐसी केसेस होती है. बहुत सारे रिलेटिव्स में भी कई बार हमें ये दिखाई देता है कि किडनी ट्रांसप्लांट के बारे में हम सुनते हैं. In 1971, it was successfully performed at the Christian Medical College Hospital at Vellore in Tamil Nadu. In this, Dr. Johnny and Dr. Mohan Rao transplanted the kidney donated by a living person into the patient's body. Just again think about this. अगर आप इस फील्ड में इंटरेस्टेड है डॉक्टर बनने के या बनना चाहते हैं तो ये सारी चीज़ें समझना और किस तरह से हमारी लाइफ बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल दिस थिंग्स चेंज्ड. एक लिविंग पर्सन से किडनी लेना है और दूसरे लिविंग पर्सन में ट्रांसप्लांट करना है. Nowadays, patients from underdeveloped countries come to India for such surgeries, and this is proud thing for us as an Indian. Next one, test tube baby. Right from early times, having a baby is considered to be of utmost importance in the Indian family system, and the support of test tube baby technology has been availed to childless couples since 1978. Before that it was not there. But without baby in India, especially we people think that the family is not complete. So in this field, it was under the supervision of Dr. Subhash Mukhopadhyay that the experiment of the test tube baby was successfully carried out at Kolkata. On the screen you can see Dr. Subhash Mukhopadhyay. This was the first successful attempt at artificial conception. A girl named Durga was born. This technology helped to solve the problem of childless couples who wanted children. And now many people go for this if they are having problem. The test tube baby facility is available in the many cities of our country. Next one, immunization. Again, this one is very important and nowadays it is in the news because of the COVID-19 vaccination हर जगह पे चल रहा है. Before 1978, every 6 Indian infants out of every 10 who were born faced fatal health problems in the very first year of their birth. The immunization program was taken up to overcome the threat of polio, measles, tetanus, TB, diphtheria, and whooping cough. The pulse polio immunization program started in 1995 has controlled polio, and nowadays in our country we can say that our country is polio free because of the large scale immunization program run by our government. So all these things changed our life culturally, changed our life physically, changed our life economically, and at the same time we are all now are equal, or we can say we are only citizens of India. We are not of any religion, not of any caste, क्योंकि ये जो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन है वो हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ने ख़त्म कर दिया. दो वी आर हैविंग और प्रैक्टिसिंग आवर ओन रिलीजन और कास्ट things, but at the office level or at the social level we behave as Indian, and we should do that to become a developed country. So in today's part of this topic, changing life 1, we people learnt about the things which changed our life totally, that the constitution, then the institution of the family, social welfare, scheduled castes and tribes, public health, kidney transplant, test tube baby, and immunization. Now in the second part of this topic we learn about urbanization, rural area, post independence period, changing economic life, rural development, social needs and facilities, rural electrification, and industrial development. Please subscribe the channel and press bell icon to get notifications. So my dear students, this is all for today. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe, take care.